IELTS writing is considered the most difficult section in IELTS test. Most of people will have to take IELTS more than once, mainly because of IELTS writing. So if you are preparing for IELTS writing, then you must learn about 4 things you are tested on. And if you understand them very well, you will be able to get a higher score in IELTS writing. And if you fail to understand them, then I'm pretty sure that you're gonna have to take the exam again and again and again. My name is Jimmy, and welcome back. The first thing that your writing will be assessed on is task achievement for task 1 and task response for task 2. And that means how well you have answered the question. So as you understand that for task 2, they would always give you a topic and ask you a question: to what extent do you agree or disagree? Or discuss both views and give your own opinion, or present the upside and downside of this issue. So if you fail to answer this question in your essay, you are not going to achieve the task. So you are going to lose a score on that. That's what we call task response. So it's very important to understand the topic and make sure that your essay will answer this question. In this case, you will get a score on task response. Many people, when they start writing for IELTS writing, sometimes they don't understand the question, but they still try to write an essay for task 2 or a report for task 1, yet they haven't really understood what the question is asking them. So make sure you understand the question and make sure that your report for task 1 will answer what the question is asking you, and also your essay for task 2 will answer what the question is asking you, and that's what we call task achievement or task response, because you are tested on this one. The second thing that your writing is assessed on is cohesion and coherence. In simple English is how to use linking words to link your ideas. When we say linking words, I'm talking about therefore, and, but, however, firstly, secondly, initially, plus, moreover. Those linking words are really important because you try to write lots of ideas and you really have to link them. So if you don't use linking words, you're going to lose a score on this one. Also, the way you organize your essay in terms of writing an introduction, body paragraph, and the conclusion, that would present a good layout for your essay. So it's important to have an organized essay with nice paragraphs and ideas that are connected or ideas that are linked. So when you have that, you're going to get a good score on the cohesion and coherence. But if you lack of linking words, and if you write an essay without having paragraphs, or like there's no introduction, or there's no conclusion, or the body paragraphs are messed up, you're going to lose a lot of a score on the cohesion and coherence. So make sure that you have good cohesion and coherence. The third thing that you are tested on for IELTS writing is lexical resource, or in simple English, the words, the vocabs that you are going to use. There's a big difference between academic words and informal words. A lot of people have problem to understand which word is proper for IELTS writing. For example, you cannot use a word like kids in writing. Why? Because it's informal. You cannot use slangs or idioms or abbreviations in writing. Those will make your writing more informal. for IELTS, you have to have academic writing. I'm talking about task 2 for IELTS, also task 1 for the report. You have to be formal. You cannot be informal. And that means also that you also have to use a variation of words. You cannot keep using the same word over and over and over. You have to vary the vocab. You have to demonstrate that you have good expressions and good vocab in your essay and also for task 1 as well. So it's really important that you have to prepare yourself by learning more academic words that you can use in your writing. So if you lack of those academic words and if you use more informal words, you're going to lose a lot of a score in IELTS writing. So it's good to focus on learning academic words, and it's important to avoid using informal words in writing, and also it's good to be able to vary the vocab by paraphrasing and using different variation for different words in order to show good vocab choice. The last thing that you are tested on is your grammar. It is obvious that you're not going to write an essay which is full of grammar mistakes. If you have lots of grammar mistakes in your writing, it's clear that you're not going to get a high score. So it's really important that you have to avoid making mistakes with grammar. So when I say grammar, I'm talking about how to use a proper tense, how to use a proper word, how to use the punctuation like the full stop, the comma, the semicolon, etc. Those are very, very important in writing. So when you write, you have to pay a lot of attention to your grammar. Also, it's very important to vary the grammar by using complex and compound and complex compound and simple sentences to show the examiner that you have the ability and you can actually use proper grammar in your writing. A lot of people have issue with grammar because where they come from, the grammar is not as important as in English. For English, especially in IELTS writing, you have to have standard grammar and you have to vary that grammar and you have to avoid making mistakes when you write. So it's important to work on the grammar and important that you have to avoid making mistakes. And that brings us to the end of this episode. Today, we have talked about 4 important things that you have to focus on if you are preparing for IELTS writing. As I said, the first one is your grammar. And I said why grammar is so important. Second, your words, the vocab, how you have to choose proper and academic vocab. The third one is your task achievement, how you answered the question, whether for task 1 or task 2. And the last one, and the most important one, is how you will be able to present better cohesion and coherence, how to use linkers, etc. So that's it, guys, for today. Thank you so much for watching. And if you have any questions about what I talked about today, please write your question in the comment below. And if you like this video, please share with your friends, and I'll talk to you next time.